as Pittman runs the offense, and he drives the lane again and puts it up off the board. That one rims no. Schreiber with the rebound over to Elkins. Elkins pushing it up all across the timeline.
The ball handler goes well with either hand.
Elkins over to Rubin. Nice ball movement over to Rubin.
Homewood's in a 1-3-1 zone, trapping out of it.
Back over to Elkins. Nice entry pass over to Schreiber. Schreiber inside, nothing.
Everything goes back to Elkins. They're very well disciplined.
Levin back over to Elkins. One thing I'd like to see there was Schreiber underneath, put up that shot underneath that didn't go. Loose ball over on the other end of the court, and who was there to pick it up but Eric Schreiber.
Right. Number 20, Bartolai shot, and the ball was partially blocked.
That's number 20 right now, Schwab with the ball inside to Pittman. Pittman regains the handle, and we have a foul called. Looks like that foul will be on number 21 again, Craig Rubin. And immediately, Donofrio and Scroggins go to the bench.
Team foul, second foul. I'll tell you one thing you want to notice here on the blue team. One of the things that I picked up right away is they play straight man-to-man. He's got 5 men inside the free throw area on defense. They're always protecting the basket, so you see good man-to-man defense.
As Pittman knocks down the first of his 2 shots, as Homewood takes a 3-2 lead early on. Checking into the game for Highwood was number 33, Jordan Mazzetta. Pittman extending the lead to 4-2 early on. And they go right over to Elkins. Back over to Elkins, almost loses the handle. And we have a foul called on number 23, Pittman.
That's their first team foul.
As they Highwood underneath the basket. Levin, baseline jumper, and that one doesn't rim good.
Didn't use the backboard. Nice move, and he didn't use the backboard.
And there's the carrying on Pittman. Traveling call, excuse me.
Now, Homewood team is not pressing here, Billy. They're playing a 1-3-1 zone, and they're going to trap out of it, and it's going to be interesting to see the patience and the offensive moves that they have here on Highwood. Highwood seems to be playing like a 1-3-1, right back at them. Actually, a little bit of a 2-1-2. Nice entry pass.
As Schreiber takes it up strong inside to knot this game up at 4 with 3:08 left here in the first quarter. As we set the lineup for Highwood out on the floor, as Pittman, free throw line extended, knocks down that J. For Highwood, we have on the court number 12, Paul Elkins running the point, 33, Jordan Mazzetta. Number 5, John Levin, as Elkins goes from long range and couldn't get that one to fall. 24, Eric Schreiber.
The scorer is Homewood 6, or I should say Pittman 6, Highwood 4.
As they give it right into Pittman, he's their go-to guy. Even though it looked like 20, Schwab had a nice shot, he decided to dish it off into Pittman. But we have a foul on number 33, Jordan Mazzetta. Also in the game for Highwood is number 20, Brett Bartolai.
Shooting 2 free throws.
As number 31 right now on the line, Gand.
These fellas play at the feed into the Homewood Flossmoor program.
As his second one, big rebound by number 5, John Levin.
Which is very strong out on the south suburbs.
Little miscommunication. John Levin wasn't anticipating that pass, but Schreiber picked up the loose ball and drew the foul also, as the foul was on number 31, Nad. Over to Elkins. Elkins ready to bring it to the middle of the court right now. A lot slower pace than we saw in the first game this morning.
A little bit. They're physical, but they're took steps there, got away with it.
Set it up, Judson.
Picked up his dribble, got in trouble a little bit.
Pittman over to number 20, Schwab. Schwab takes it inside. And that one rims good. Schwab with the layup. Little contact underneath, but Schreiber a little too far underneath the basket to draw the charge, really.
Yeah, I think the pace of the game here is based on the caliber of player that you've got. It seems to me that Donofrio here is playing a little bit more subtle game, a little bit more patterned, not run and gun. But, you know, when Steve was coaching, it was run and gun, but it was under control.
As number 31, Nad, picks up his second quick foul. And that one's stolen away by Pittman. Pittman goes up strong and draws the foul. Pittman with the basket and the foul. As that foul on number 5, John Levin, sending Pittman on the line to complete the three-point play.
Who was the last foul on before this?
The Homewood foul?
Yeah.
That was on number 31, Nad.
Got it. Thank you very much, Billy.
As Pittman hits nothing but net to complete the three-point play. Homewood quickly out to an 11-4 lead with 1:40 left here in the first quarter.
Tony, get in the middle. Tony, you're set.
Elkins over to Bartolai. Back out to Elkins. Elkins long pass to Levin. Little over his head. John Levin couldn't come up with it. Nice idea, though. Levin
Very
wide
good,
open.
Very good. 11-4, and Pittman's got 9 points.
Inside to Schwab. Knocked away by Schreiber. Schreiber over to Elkins. Over to Levin. Levin blocked by Pittman. He's called for the foul. Pittman with the foul, sending number 5, John Levin, to the line to shoot 2.
Let me see.
As that first free throw rims no good.
I had an extra basket instead of a free throw there.
Levin knocks down the second one. 11-5 Homewood lead. Checking in for Highwood will be number 21, Craig Rubin. He'll come in for number 20, Brett Bartolai.
We're back in a man here again. They've stayed a straight. Actually, it's a 2-3 zone. 2-3 zone is like a matchup man. Wherever the ball goes, they pick them up. So both teams have gone to a zone here.
As we had a traveling call on Homewood and hit a little wet spot, slippery spot, lost its footing. We have looked to be a kick. I was a little obstructed by this big pole right here.
Right.
But so reset the shot clock.
52 seconds, 11-5 Homewood, excuse me.
Over to Elkins. Elkins over to Levin. Good ball movement. Inside to 24, and we have a traveling call. Travel on number 24, Eric
That's
Schreiber.
the first time that they've really looked down low in quite a while, and I think that that's the difference, is that early in the game they were going down low, and they just haven't got the ball movement that they had in the first few minutes of this quarter.
As Pittman goes from long range, and that rim's no good. Elkins comes up with it. He's looking to push it up. Nice look inside to Schreiber. Schreiber goes up strong and draws the foul. That foul looked to be on number 20, Schwab. Sending Eric Schreiber to the line to shoot 2. Eric Schreiber on the line right now to shoot 2. Sends up his first one, and that one goes in. 11-6, Homewood lead.
They're still in this ball game. There's only and that one is good. 4-point lead here.
With 25 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Homewood up on top 11-7. As that one's stolen away, and a jump ball is forced by Jordan Mazzetta. Homewood ball still. Good defense by 33. Quick hands by Mazzetta.
19 seconds left.
Homewood just looking for one last shot to end out the quarter.
I would
to
look
Schwab.
for Pittman.
Schwab on an off-balance shot, and that's a rebound by number 25, Gabrone, and he is fouled. Foul on number 24, Eric Schreiber, and that gives him 2 for the quarter. Correct, Coach?
Yeah, I've been marking. I got messed up here. I've got him down. I'm missing a lot of fouls here. I'm in big trouble here, Billy. Oh, I know it. You're right.
As number 25, Gabron, knocks down his first one. Couldn't come up with the second one. Elkins with the rebound. And we have a traveling call with 1 second left. That could give Homewood time to get that last second shot off.
It's on the side, Homewood.
Homewood looked to inbound, and the ref standing there over on the side. Little confusion on the Homewood part. Number 20, Schwab, thought it was in. As that one goes, and that does not rim. Number 25, Gabron, wide open for that last second shot. Couldn't come up with it, but not the type of defense you like to see Highwood end up in the first quarter.
Well, we're at 12-7, and Pittman was the show in the first quarter for Homewood. He had 3 baskets and 3 free throws, 2, 4, 6, 9 points. And Schwab had 2, and Gabron had 1 free throw. For Highwood, Schreiber had 4 points on a basket and 2 free throws. Elkins had 2, and Levin had 1. So it's a 12-7 game, and we, like you said, Billy, we've seen a completely different contrast here in the styles of play. I had Elkins. Let's see the foul situation. I got Elkins with, she's got Elkins with, I think, a foul. I'm just trying to catch it. Here we go. Elkins, Schreiber had 1 foul, Levin had 1, and Rabin had 2, and we've got Mazzetta 1 for a total of 5 fouls. So we're in pretty good shape on the fouls.
Well, this is Bill McFarland joined along with the coach. I'll play 7th grade coach Jerry Weber, bringing you the second game of today's 1992 Highwood Small Fry Rookie Tournament. As Todd Michael running the point, that pass almost picked off, and it's knocked out of bounds. Highwood retains possession. In right now for Highwood is number 00, Brett Leonard, the girl I was talking about earlier in the first game. As Highwood, she played well last night. Also in the game, number 4, Todd Michael. 35, Mike Fairman.
00.
Number 10, Tim Talari. As that errant shot goes up, but again, the rebound by number 21 off the board hard. Richards with the basket. Also win for Highwood, as we said, 10, Tim Talari, and number 22, Aaron Maines.
She's not afraid to put it up, is she?
No, not at all, but one thing we got to see right here is Aaron Maines has got to be very physical underneath on the boards. He's got a tough task, as we saw in the first half. Number 25, Gabron, was very physical on the boards. As it's getting a little physical underneath. Number 21, Richards pulls it out inside.
He walked.
Traveling call on Homewood Vikings. Brett Leonard sets inbound to number 4, Todd Michael.
I think you see a little bit of a difference here in the contrast in the styles between Rudman and Donofrio. Both of them do a very good job. Donofrio's up yelling throughout the whole game. Steve was coaching throughout the whole game. Backcourt there. Coach is really upset.
Coach Donofrio not happy with that possession right there. As with 4:39 left here in the first half, we have a 14-7 Homewood Viking lead over the Highwood Light Blue team.
Well, what do you think, Bill? Do you think, what's your observation so far in the first half as opposed to the style of play and the contrast that we've seen here?
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, even dating back to a couple weeks ago with the small fry teams, we saw nothing but teams wanting to run, a little faster pace. Very, very slow-paced team. It looks like both teams want it that way, as Homewood likes to drop back into the zone,
right,
and as does Highwood. And it gives them opportunity to run some clock and look for that good shot. But as we said, Coach Donofrio not happy with the ball handling of the Highwood Light Blue team right now.
Well, I think, you're down by 7 points, and I think what's happening is he wants to stress that he's got certain ideas and certain concepts that he's trying to get across, and this is the time to do it. If you can teach these things and teach the fundamentals in 6th grade and 7th grade in junior high, you're going to have better ball players as they get older.
Well, I'm a little anxious to see which is going to be the first team that's going to want to pick it up and stuff, as we have an offensive foul call Number 22, Aaron Main, standing right in the paint, drawing the offensive charge. And that offensive foul was number on 11, Foam. Fombi was with the foul. Excuse me, I pronounced that wrong. As Fairman kicks it over to Tulare, back over to Michael. Michael tries to feed it inside of Brett Leonard. She comes up with it. Back over to Todd Michael. Again, that one stolen away by number 10, Mydell, and he goes up. Late whistle call on number 4, Todd Michael. And that will send number 10, Mydell, to the line to shoot 2. I'm a little anxious to see which team is going to be the first one to pick it up a notch and try to run a little bit, if any.
Well, I like Highwood. Homewood's they're fast, they're disciplined, and I think Highwood's going to have to come out and get them.
Again, hard off the board for Mydell. As Todd Michael puts up a shot, and that one is blocked by number 12.
Way to get on the ground.
But they fight for it, and number 22, Aaron Maines, cuts into that lead. It's now 15-9 with 3:54 left here in the second quarter.
That basket was made strictly due to the hustle of Leonard. Got on the ground and gave a good pass.
Nice help defense by Leonard. Forces a bad shot. Brett Leonard with a good help defense as she's wide open. Ball happened to be on the other side of the court. This Highwood team not have to go for the cross-court pass as we saw earlier. They like to work at half court as Brent Leonard puts up a shot, and that one rims no. Pull-up jumper by number 11, Fombi. Rebound by number 21, Richards. They're just doing a good job on the boards right now as Fairman tries to mix it up underneath. And that one goes off the board by number 12, Hartel. Over to Michael, back over to Tulare. Tulare over to the corner to Fairman. Fairman inside to Maines. Maines looks to put it up. Kicks it back out to Tulare from long range, rimming no. Aaron Maines trying to fight for the rebound. That ball is on the ground. As Homewood comes up with it, 2:47 left. 17-9 lead in favor of Homewood. Todd Michael steals it.
Got away with a travel.
And Highwood retains possession off the errant pass, goes off Homewood. Getting ready to check in for Highwood will be number 42. The manager of the Highwood Small Fry A team, Ben Figueroa, getting to see a little bit of action right now. Ben Figueroa, I believe, only in 4th grade.
4th grade? He's not afraid to put it up in 4th grade. From the outside, he hits.
That was Todd Michael with the basket right there. Figueroa very happy to be in the game.
I'm sure he is.
They talked about him. They talked to him last night. He was here in full go. Highwood Small Fry. His 11 goes from long range. And he was talking to Jordan Shiner, and Jordan Shiner brought up the point. He practically lives here. He lives in the area, and Jordan Shiner talked about him being a gym rat. He loves to come here and shoot.
That's the kind of kid you turn around when he's a senior in high school and you see him on somebody's team.
Figueroa tries to take it inside, and we have a foul called. Foul on number 24, Edgecombe. And that sends Highwood into the bonus. Ben Figueroa on the line right now to shoot 1-1. As his first one rims no. Maines keeps it alive over to Brett Leonard. Brett Leonard puts it up, and that one can't get it to go. As they got a man wide open underneath. Long pass over to 21, Richards, who kicks it back out over to 12. Harrell in for the basket. 19-11, 8-point lead in favor of Homewood. Todd Michael over to Figueroa. Figueroa, nice.
Good anticipation.
As that one puts it nicely off the board. Number 21, Richards, extends the Homewood lead out to 10 with 1:25 left here. And again, another steal by Richards. Richards again for 2.
Coach needs a timeout. I don't know if he's going to use it with 1:13 to go here. Had 2 or 3 quick turnovers. There's another one.
Todd Michael with the block. Todd Michael get a little piece of that ball as Brett Leonard gets tied up. And we have a jump ball situation, and the possession arrow favors Highwood. Good hustle to get back there by number 4, Todd Michael. Got a little piece of that ball.
Our crowd's a little bit bigger, Billy. I think people are waking up, huh?
Well, you know, it's that Saturday. People like to sleep in as Brett Leonard tries to go baseline. They call the traveling violation on Brett Leonard.
Back into a 2-1-2 zone.
Nice inside feed and nice move by number 24, Edgecombe. 25-11 lead in favor of the Homewood Vikings.
One shot, Dan. One shot, Dan.
The Homewood coach is calling out for one shot with 20 seconds left here to go in the half. Homewood going to work a little clock. They got 16 seconds to get it off inside to Edgecombe. He loses the handle, and he's called for a traveling violation.
They run a 1-2-2 offense against the 2-3 zone with the point guard distributing the ball. They've been doing a real good job of it.
As Michael over to Fairman. 6 seconds to go. Over to Brett Leonard. Brett Leonard, high arcer, and that one rims no. As that last second shot doesn't even count. As we go to halftime, we have the Homewood Vikings with a nice little comfortable lead, 25-11 over the Highwood light blue team.
I saw a completely different contrast in basketball between this first half and the last game. We ended up, I'll tell you one thing, I noticed that in the second quarter team for Homewood, they had this Richardson 21 and Harold number 12.
And as you look for the leading scorers for Highwood, in the first half, we have Paul Elkins with 2, Eric Schreiber with 4, John Levin with 1, Todd Michael with 2, and Aaron Maines with 2. And Ben Figueroa, the manager of the Highwood, is also suited up for this game, and he's got 1 point, knocked it on a free throw. Let's set the lineup here for the second half, and we have number 12, Paul Elkins, and along inside with him will be number 24, Eric Schreiber, number 35, Mike Fairman, number 00, Brett Leonard.
I was just kibitzing a little bit, schmoozing as they say, and number 23 for Homewood's father is the coach of South Shore High School, and quite a well-known coach.
As Pittman gets knocked down hard to the ground. Howard looked to pick up the pace a little bit as Elkins takes it over to Schreiber. Schreiber, baseline move. And we have a foul on number 20 for Homewood, Schwab.
You can certainly tell that he's had some fundamental coaching, Pittman, and his father's always has his teams are well represented in the city of Chicago.
Again, it's number 21, Craig Rubin, knocked down hard. They're letting them play real physical underneath. Inside to Schreiber, little turnaround jumper. That one rims no. Fairman with the rebound. He goes up, and he is fouled.
I'll tell you what I noticed right off the bat in the first few seconds here. Highwood is going to the boards, and they're becoming much more aggressive, and we're going to see some good physical play here, I can tell you that. We'll have to find out for you. Nice pass. Nice pass.
What a beautiful way to run the fast break as Pittman takes it in for the layup.
Nice pass from Schwab.
Brett Leonard called for the traveling as this one's starting to get a little out of hand for the Highwood Light Blue team. 3:02 left in the third quarter. We have a 30-13 Homewood Viking lead over the Highwood Light Blue. As that one is number 21, Richards hard off the board, but we have a foul called.
What I was afraid of here is what's happening. Highwood's picking up the pace, and they're doing a real good job. They're getting more aggressive on the boards. But Homewood, and the coach told me at halftime, this is the best game they've played all year. They're doing a real nice job, and they're able to stay with them when they pick up the pace.
As number 24, Schreiber, gets fouled in the act of shooting, he'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul on number 25, Gabrone. sending Schreiber on the line to shoot 2. Well, one thing we saw in the second half and towards the end of the first half is Homewood starting to do pretty much everything they wanted to, kind of like the Highwood Navy did in the first game. You know.
Right. Although I will say one thing, it's a 30-13 game, and you know, in this league, we've seen 2 weeks ago that an 18-point league wasn't safe. I must tell you that they're in the bonus already, and that could change this game.
Good job, Derek. Good job, Derek.
As Pittman from long range. Homewood controlling the rebounds.
Right up, Tony, right up.
Underneath. Gabrone underneath strong, and he is fouled by number 24, Eric Schreiber.
That's Schreiber's 4th foul. Homewood's, let's see, Highwood's used 3, 4 fouls. And Homewood has had 1, 2, 3, 6 already.
As
but,
we have
what's her name? Gabrone is on the line here, shooting 2. Excuse me, Billy.
As we had number 5, John Levin, check into the throw to extend the lead to 31-13 in favor of the Homewood Vikings. Nice rebound by Mike Fairman. Mike Fairman gives it up to Elkins. Elkins over to Fairman. Fairman inside.
He's not afraid to put it up.
Fairman comes up with the steal off the loose ball. Fairman showing double dribble called on Mike Fairman. With 2:05 left here in the third quarter, 31-13 in favor of the Homewood Vikings over the Highwood light blue team. And there it is, a little variation of the Goodman we saw in the varsity tournament as number 21, Richards, goes in for the layup.
We have 1:55 to go. It's a 33-13 game.
As that one stripped away. Pittman goes coast to coast. He loses the handle and he comes up with it and he gets called for the
A
travel.
little frustrated. He came right down the middle here.
Lost the handle as he was going in for the layup. Brett Leonard from long range. That free throw or that shot rim's no good. Homewood comes up with the long
Good
rebound.
steal.
Stolen by was out of bounds. Mike Fairman with the tough play right here, right now.
You can see the intensity on Fairman's face. He's really into this game.
Blocking foul on Fairman. That'll send number 11, Fomby, to the line to shoot 2.
That's his 2nd foul. Team's 5th.
And stay tuned for after this game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have the Highwood White team. They are coached by Coach Wayne Carlstadt and Coach Tazioli. You're going to try to find out if Coach Carlstadt and Tazioli are going to be a little easier on the refs as opposed to last night where Coach Tazioli picked up a couple of technicals and Coach Carlstadt was called for a couple of warnings.
Got a little vociferous, as we say.
Brett Leonard over to Fairman. Back over to Leonard. Elkins. Bartolai couldn't grab that ball.
Third game between Billy, White team. And
We have the Highwood White team, and let's just ask, little Willie Niddickman, who are you playing today, Willie?
They get tougher as they get older, Willie. We'll ask the coach in a minute. Taz, who are you playing next game? Spirit Gray. Okay. I was talking to Steve Rudman earlier, and he said the 2 Spirit teams are very well coached and very good games, very good teams, so we should see a real good game next time.
Mike Fairman from the corner. Brett Leonard with the rebound, and she's called for the travel. With 39 seconds left here in the third quarter, we have a 37-13 Homewood Viking lead.
The Spirit team, Steve, the next game, is that the best Spirit team that's playing next? Yeah. Okay. So we should see the best Spirit team playing the next game, and that probably will be Steve Rudman's competition later on.
As Aaron Maines gets set to check into the game. Pass broken up by Elkins. Nice save into the hands of Bartolai. Elkins looked to run a little bit over to Fairman. Fairman, nice move, puts it up, and that one rims no good. Fairman just as the ball goes out of bounds to Highwood. Fairman's got the open shots. He's got the good shot, but they're just not falling for him.
Well, they haven't fallen from on his outside J, but that was a case where he didn't use the backboard, and that hurt him.
That should be a traveling violation in there, and it was called. Traveling on Pittman. 10 seconds left. Brett Leonard set to inbound. I'll look for Elkins to take the last shot. Nice. Oh. Paul Elkins tried to thread the needle. Stolen away by number 11. Fomby, and his last shot goes up. No. And here at the end of the third quarter, we have a 37-13 Homewood lead over the Highwood Light Blue. I'm Bill McFarland, joined with the coach, Jerry Weber, as wholesale changes will be made. Checking in for Highwood, number 33, Jordan Mazzetta, 24, Eric Schreiber, and number 21, Craig Rubin. Checking in for the Homewood Vikings, number 24 will be Edgecombe.
We're 37-13 here. The scoring in the third quarter was 6-2, and what happened in the third quarter is what we discussed at halftime, Billy, that this Homewood team is I think, just has too much manpower. They're well coached, they're tall, they're aggressive, and I think what we have to look for here in this quarter is just to work on fundamentals for the Highwood team, be aggressive, stay in the ball game mentally. I don't think that they expect to win the ball game at this point in time, but I think this is the type of a game where you can work on your fundamentals and your skills and work for later on in the year and just try to do the best they can.
Well, judging by the tournament bracket, even with the apparent loss by the Highwood Light Blue team, they have many, many games to play. As Schreiber puts up the shot, and he is fouled. Eric Schreiber taking it strong to the hoop. And that foul on number 24, Edgecombe. Sending Eric Schreiber to the line to shoot 2 shots. His first free throw comes up with nothing.
Well, you know, when you're these are tough games to play in. You're losing by 24 points. You've got to keep your mind on the game. You've got to work on your fundamentals, and it's a little frustrating losing by 24 points.
And Schreiber comes right back and cans the second one. Homewood to inbound.
1-2-2 spread offense.
As Homewood working the ball around right now. The ball in the hands of number 11, Fomby. Now over to Pittman. Pittman, Gabrone. Back over to Fomby.
They're going to be patient. They're not going to. They're just going to run their offense. Not going to pour it on. Very patient. Pittman goes to the basket, loses it.
Gets it up, puts it back up. Comes up with nothing. Loose ball right now. A lot of hustle going around by the Highwood teams right now, and we have a jump ball called. And the possession arrow should favor Homewood, and it does. Even down 37-14, you like to see the hustle by the Highwood team on the loose ball.
Right. I think they've played a much better half. You know, they've only scored 2 points in that last quarter, but I can tell you that they were rebounding much better, and they were moving the ball better.
As that ball goes out of bounds to Highwood. 5:15 left here to go in the game. 37-14. One good thing that Homewood is doing is they're keeping Highwood off the line. Highwood in the bonus very early on here in the second half as Homewood comes up with the steal, and they look to slow it down.
Nice
over to
pass
Fomby.
by
Fomby from long range, and that one rims no. Fomby gets his own rebound. Edgecombe turnaround jumper, and that one goes, off the hands of Maine Knight. They call him out of bounds. Aaron Main's out of bounds.
At this point in time, Billy, every time down the floor, Homewood's getting 2-3 rebounds, and they're just beating him on the boards. They're just a much more physical team. They're a little taller, a little more patient.
As Homewood looks to run some clock here. Pittman from long range comes up with nothing but net. 23 Pittman. As Mazzetta kicks it over to Levin. Levin almost loses the handle over to Schreiber. Aaron Maines, nice baseline move, draws the foul. Foul looked to be on number 23, Pittman. I stand corrected. Foul on number 25, Gabrone. As number 12, Paul Elkins sets to check in. He comes in for number 5, John Levin. And here comes some wholesale changes on by Homewood coming in. Number 12, Harrell. Number 20, Schwab. And number 21, Richards. But on the line right now, number 22, Aaron Maines. Knocks down the first free throw.
Nothing but basket.
39-15 now, 4:24 left to go in the game. Second one rims no good. Rebound by number 23, Pittman. Long pass. And we have a traveling call on number 12, Harrell.
I think the intensity is slowing up a little bit here with a 24-point lead. Homewood is not taking the air out of the ball, but we're not as aggressive as they were before. And I eat my words with Pittman going to the basket with a nice layup.
Pittman with the steal and the layup. 41-15, 4:02 left to go in the game. Elkins pulls it up and takes a shot, and that one goes in. Paul Elkins from about 17. As Schwab runs a little time off the clock. Back out to Schwab. Over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe turnaround move, puts it up, and that one rims no. Rebound by number 12, Harrell. As Maines pushes it up, gives it over to Elkins. And we have a foul called on number 21, Richards. That'll send number 12, Paul Elkins, to the line to shoot one and the bonus. Coming in now for Highwood, number 5, John Levin. He'll come in for number 21, Craig Rubin. Elkins on the line to shoot one and the bonus. First one hits the front of the rim and bounces in. Paul Elkins makes it a 41-18 ball game in favor of Homewood.
Nice soft touch.
And the second one comes up with nothing but net.
Real nice form.
Am I allowed to take credit for the development of Paul Elkins since I had the opportunity to coach him before the small fries got him?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Nice look inside to number 12, Harrell, and he puts it in for two, 43-19.
Now you coached him where, at the rec center?
I coach him with the Highwood Highland Park District AAA program. As Elkins again from long range. Wholesale changes getting ready to be made by Highwood. Todd Michael, Mike Fairman, Brett Bartolai, Brett Leonard getting ready to check in. Nice rebound by Mazzetta.
You might have a new profession instead of broadcasting, huh?
Also checking in for Highwood, number 10, Tim Talari.
I think that's really satisfying to sit here and, see somebody that you've coached do something well.
Oh, it very much is. I have the opportunity to work with a lot